Good morning, people. It is Wednesday, the 15th of May. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by you guys. That's the culture right there. As usual, brought to you by the best in the business. Everybody introduce yourselves.
Good morning. Good morning. How are
Right
you?
then. I'm all right, you know.
All right, cool. I'm blessed and highly favored. Thank you very much. All right, good morning to the chat. We have MJT, we have Chijoki, we have Davina, we have Christy. I have a question
For
from the
Christy.
community to put to you. I think it was
For Christy.
no, but it was Christy inspired. Good morning, Indigo Van. Good morning, Ghana Greatness. Good morning, Fernand. Good morning, Charlene, Everest, Crud Crew, Nana, One, Babosa, and Pal Wow.
Oh, wow.
I keep threatening to send Pal Wow a mix.
Huh?
I keep threatening to send. He's a mixing and mastering engineer. I keep threatening to send him a mix.
Oh, starting to mix. So why do you keep threatening not doing it?
I wonder why. You need to eat. I don't know what's happening. Good morning, MLD. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Mercy Prestige. Good morning, man like Vim Diesel. Izzy Bambino. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Quick one before we start reading the comments from Spotify. I have been sent a fantastic piece of art from somebody in the community who... Oh, the date and left is wrong. Thank you very much, Ramsey. Let me just change that quickly. It's now the 15th, and it should be changed. Thank you. Yeah, he sent it to me some time ago, and I said I would celebrate him and his art. And I wanted to do it on the same day when it is that we dropped the campaign video, but I completely forgot because there was a lot on my mind at the time. But I still have the time to do it now, and I shall. This is, I don't know what it's called, but this is inspired by TNB. What a beautiful piece. What does it give you, Margs?
Is that like what's that marble star thing called? I can't remember what the star's called. My brother does that. I don't know, but it looks nice though.
It does. It really does.
Why was it give you?
So, at first glance, I saw...
Blacks on each side and whites in the middle?
Yeah, but I kind of see it as like I'm an eagle looking down on like mountains, and then in the middle was like a clearing, and that clearing had some like mist, and just in between, the TMB building was rising up. Emerging from the mist.
In my mind, that gap was bigger and it's getting smaller. And then soon it's going to be all black.
I see what you're saying, but the all black isn't a darkness. It's the richness.
It's the light. That's it.
The new light.
The new light.
Darkness is the new light. This is what this guy said. That's dark.
I like it.
Yeah, I really like it too.
Are you going to put it in the studio?
I wish he would send it to me. I think it was for his own enjoyment. His Insta is Tom OLUADEART, and his website is Tom OLUADEART.com. I put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat. Oh, somebody says they're getting a shooting star.
Well, that's like the chemtrails.
Ooh, chemtrails from a plane.
Not like, but you know what I meant, like the
Yeah.
the star.
Residuals.
Yeah.
The receipts. Beautiful.
Actually,
man.
that's cool. That looks quite cool. Tell me, is it big? Do you think?
Well, it's propped up against a shed, so it looks big enough. It should be in my studio, to be honest.
This one or the new black one?
It should be in the new one.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It definitely should be there.
Maybe I should invite him when it is that we do the
Grand opening.
Yeah, grand opening.
And then he can bring it.
100%.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense to me. There's a space for that on the wall somewhere.
There would be. I love it, Tom.
Big up, Tom, man. We
All the
appreciate you.
All right.
All right, let's read some of these Spotify comments. Rach says, I've been thinking the same thing. Can't wait until TDA have graphics for the headlines, etc. Big up Brent every time. What, like the kickers ain't enough, no?
No, it's not
Okay.
at all. I need an extreme experience, the proper experience. And having them things at the top right, it'll be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Sometimes when we're talking about Putin, you want to see Putin's face. For
Okay.
people who don't know what Putin looks like. And sometimes when we're talking about us now, we have a celebratory picture.
So when you say that, you're waiting for it because you have the ability to do this.
All right, so this is so funny because we spoke about this before we came on air. But this boy, seen as darkness is the new light, is living in that particular spirit. So the researchers work very, very hard. And I have no time whatsoever. Bandwidth is... So when they get the documents to us, I don't have the time to basically set aside to create the graphics, go through the document, create the graphics needed, and queue it up for the morning.
Okay. That's fair play.
Yeah, fair.
So you need like an intern.
Well, as in, I need an intern in my house in the morning or in late at night. Is that what you're saying?
He can work remotely.
Why does it have to be a he
Or she.
or they? Yes. But I think people will be fine until they see it. The fact that I've said it now may have people, this is lacking. So it's my fault. It's your fault for making it bigger than it needs to be.
All right, sorry.
But until it is that you get it, this is what they would have to basically just deal with, just imagination.
You got to work with what you got, man.
100%.
Mark says, I have a feeling you lot are going to speak on this, but Doku's second touch won the Crip side of Manchester the title. Margs, United to the Ross Clark world, but in your heart of hearts, whence shall we wait? Who knows? Who knows, my child? We don't.
I didn't understand that. Was it ye old English? What was that?
I was just thinking, saying like, how long are we going to have to wait to list the title again?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I
you
didn't know
know,
that's what you meant.
I'm sure that's what he meant.
Yeah, he probably did.
I feel like that's what he meant.
Yeah, but because he was mentioning United and title in the same sentence, obviously. Chaos.
We're still the biggest team in the world. Well, if not the world, at least the country. Europe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, the glory days will come back, man. The glory days will come back. I'm sure of it. Mark my words.
Yeah, I wasn't going to talk about Doku. I didn't watch the game.
You didn't watch the game.
No.
Your whole future was riding on a Spurs result and you didn't watch the game.
That's not what my future was hanging on.
You sure?
Yes, I told you that already.
Should we do this in the reaction?
Sure we can. We're going to be getting there very quickly. 100%.
I said, Hala Madrid. No, Budge. United to the world. I think, you know what it is, yeah? Real Madrid's got a certain type of prestige to it. But if United hadn't been so terrible these past 10 years, it would be of a similar par. There's still that allure of Manchester United. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's still like...
From which quarters are you talking about?
What do you mean?
who has this sentiment that you are sharing right now? Who shares the same sentiment? Is it the sports commentators, the football commentators?
Everybody, the fans.
Don't say everybody, because the fans don't share this.
United is United.
What does that mean?
United.
United is United, like how Liverpool was Liverpool. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but we're bigger than Liverpool. And also,
Not at this stage.
yeah, well, it doesn't change. We're definitely still bigger than Liverpool. We if you count up all the amount of columns and words, just add up all the words that's been written on both clubs throughout the course of this season. Yeah, United get more press, garner more attention than Liverpool, even in their title.
By that
season.
metric,
Because
you are saying that we are bigger than you.
Sorry, what?
By that metric, you are saying that we are bigger than you.
Who? You?
Arsenal.
Why?
Because the amount of words pieced together about Arsenal this season from all quarters,
You don't get more press than United.
120%.
Are you crazy?
Let's do a poll. Because your face looks like it's really puzzled right now.
I'm confused.
And I look like I'm really puzzled right now.
You think you get more press than
think
United?
that Arsenal get more press than you.
Bro, they talk about us and we're trash.
But you seem to think that United gets more press. Let's have a poll. Because I like the fact that both of us are really puzzled at each other.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I love it. AI, can you do up a poll, please? I hope it is you in the chat. Do up a poll. Please. Who gets more press? Who got more press this season? Arsenal or United?
I reckon even if you go to the national papers, Ten Hag's name has been printed way more than Arteta. Bro. Like, are you mad?
Sorry, are you just talking about national papers? Because I even think that Arteta still wins that. Are you just talking about national papers, the papers that nobody reads anymore?
Don't do that.
Is that where you're going?
Online.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about online. I'm talking about during the commentary, pre-game, post-game, mid-game.
And I'm not talking about
all the narratives around this and the next.
I'm not talking about.
This is what I'm talking
I'm
about.
not talking about the fan base and the free press that can type whatever they want. I'm talking about syndicated, the news reporters, the people that report the news. This is what their job is. You get what I'm trying to say? Like the back pages.
Amen. I think it was Arsenal.
That's wild. That's wild.
Poll is coming.
Poll's coming, yeah?
Yeah, poll is coming.
All right, cool.
Let's see.
We'll see. We'll get into that.
All right, so Crowd Crow thinks that Marks is right. MJT thinks that Marks is right. JB thinks that Marks is right. Everybody, SLM thinks that Marks is right. I might be in Club Cuckoo land.
Bro.
I might be in Club. I might just be in my echo chamber.
We don't deserve the amount of press we get. Like, that's facts.
No, I know that y'all get press, and I know that people look at Ten Hag like he's a washed up guy. 100%. But in order to basically get the click online, 120%, all of them particular outlets are having Arteta or Arsenal in there. 120%. That's what I believe anyway. But it could be my echo chamber. Okay. It really could be my echo chamber.
Well, let me just get involved in this vote quickly.
All right, Curtis Jackson. What's Curtis saying? Arsenal do not get more coverage than United. I'm an Arsenal fan. All right, fair. So everybody's leaning towards you so far. Even the early results in the polls say United.
We just do. I'm not saying we deserve it. I'm not saying that's any. Well,
Life
it is some type of metric.
United have more guys in
the
Greek.
media.
How you gonna do when we all know the Arsenal fans distributing polls? Hey, so far it's leaning towards you.
Even I think even Arsenal fans, unbiased ones, can admit that we get
serious. I don't read United articles. Don't look for the media. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much talked about. We're like, yeah, it's too much. It's too much. But you know what it is? Heavy as the head. Even though we haven't had the crown for a while.
Content Jackrabbit say 100% talks about rinse Arteta name every single day.
Ron says Arsenal. All right, well, we've got a fight on our hands. We'll give it a few minutes and then...
Yeah, we'll let it run.
Yeah,
We'll let it
run. All right, let's get into our headlines then. So, on our first headline, the Home Office asks Windrush man's son for a DNA test.
What kind of name is that?
What, Windrush man?
Yeah, Windrush, man. What?
I don't write this stuff. Okay, so Dijon Jagru Bryan, the son of a Windrush victim, was asked by the Home Office to provide DNA evidence to prove his relationship to his father as part of his compensation application. His father, Anthony Bryan, was wrongly detained and nearly deported in 2017 after living in the UK for 50 years. The request for DNA evidence was deemed intrusive and traumatic by a human rights lawyer representing Windrush victims. After BBC News inquired about the case, the Home Office stated that Mr. Jagru Bryan is not required to prove DNA evidence. The government had previously apologised for the wrongful treatment of the Windrush generation and their children under its hostile immigration policy. Is asking for proof of existence or proof of relation bad? Like if they said, "Okay, where's your birth certificate?" and that seems bad. Is that the DNA? You say his DNA is just too intrusive? You're saying? Is that what it is?
I'm not listening to what you're saying, so I thought would have sufficed, but
No, I was just asking because all they did is ask to prove who he is. I said, all right.
It's good because I'm doing something right now. I wasn't listening to what you were saying.
No, it's fine. I see what kind of show we got here today. I see what, you ain't gonna hear me complain. You ain't gonna hear me complain, boy. Let's get through these. Let's do it. Trigger warning, guys. France prison van attack. Inmate Mohamed Amra on the run after guards killed in ambush. So hundreds of police are hunting armed men who attacked a prison van in France with a convict nicknamed The Fly escaping. 2 prison officers were shot dead and 3 others seriously injured during the ambush on the motorway in Carville, Normandy, on Tuesday morning. One of the officers leaves behind a pregnant wife, while the others was a father of 2. 2 of the injured guards were in critical condition. 4 armed men used 2 vehicles to target the van just after 11 a.m. Yvonne Barbier, a retired cattle farmer whose land backs onto the motorway, told Sky News he heard maybe 30 or 40 really loud gunshots. The officers were transporting Mohamed Amra, 30, when they came under heavy fire. Amra was recently sentenced to 18 months for burglary in the suburbs of Iveru, northwest France. Nicknamed Lamouche, or The Fly in English, police sources said Amra was involved in international drug dealing, a suspect in a kidnap and murder case in Marseille, and had ties to the city's powerful Blacks. That's a gang. I think they're called the Blacks. Okay. The ambush happened when he was transported between Val-d'Ariel prison and Rouen Court, said Dupont Moretti. He only got 18 months.
That's terrible.
I mean, why did you do that for 18 months? Why don't you just, I got 18 months. I didn't do that.
You got 18 months?
No, I got 3 years, but I had to do 18 months.
Okay.
Anyway, our last headline in this first segment: men accused of planning machine gun attack on Jewish community appear in court. So 2 men from Greater Manchester have appeared in court accused of preparing to carry out a machine gun attack on Jewish targets and members of law enforcement and the military. Walid Sadoui, 36, from Abram near Wigan, and Ammar Hussein, 50, of No Fixed Abode, are charged with preparation of terrorist attacks. They were arrested by Greater Manchester Police on the evening of 8th of May in separate locations. The men were arrested after 4 search warrants were executed in the Bolton, Abram, Hindley and Great Lever areas of Great Manchester at around 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, the 8th of May. Assistant Chief Constable Rob Potts said the planned warrants were part of an ongoing counter-terrorism investigation, which was the culmination of much detailed planning. And that is the end of our first headlines. Let's get into what you saying, topic of the day. Before I get into what you're saying, topic of the day, I would like to suggest, that if you lot want this to last any time at all,
Call in.
you need to call in and interact with me, because
That's a fair warning, you know.
Huh?
That's a fair warning.
No, it
Give
is
them
a fair
enough
warning.
time.
Yeah, I gave you fair warning. If you don't want this to last any time at all, if you want this show to to last beyond your breakfast getting cold. You get me? You might want to call in and take part. And this is the right thing, yeah?
I thought it would have been yesterday's carried over, but I guess not.
What was yesterday's again?
Yesterday's was something that Gina submitted.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've got, you know how I deal with memories.
All right, let me
What was yesterday's
go
again?
to
What was we
yesterday's
talking about yesterday again?
program. Let me go to yesterday's program and then click the video. Let me click the video because I don't even think that Gina's going to be in on Friday, and you're not going to be in on Friday.
Oh, when they said we were going to get into it more, and I said, yeah, you're going to do it on Friday. I remember saying that. I thought, why don't
No,
know?
we didn't even do.
Oh, we didn't even do
We
it?
didn't even do it. All right, this is the clip for context.
Let's see.
7-year-old girl who had to watch me and my brothers jump her daddy after school. I'm sorry. I know that was probably a traumatizing experience for you. But we kept asking you to stop bullying my daughter and you wouldn't listen. We sent letters home. We even had a meeting with you and your parents and you wouldn't listen. So now you know your actions have consequences. And since you too young to receive those consequences, you had to watch your daddy take those consequences. Get some therapy. You'll be all right. To the 7-year-old girl who had to watch me and my brothers jump her daddy after school. A lot of y'all keep asking why I didn't fight this man one-on-one and why I got my brothers to jump him in front of his 7-year-old daughter. And the answer is simple. Life is not fair. You get jumped by responsibilities every day. Bullying is not fair because you're picking on somebody that's essentially a weaker vessel and that's smaller than you. So I wanted to make sure she saw what it looked like when a fight is not fair and you don't have no choice but to let somebody jump you. So she could get the concept of what she was doing. Sometimes kids learn from what they see and not what they hear. So I wanted it to be a visual experience, okay? I'm out here doing the Lord's work, okay? God is pleased with me whether or not y'all are. A lot of y'all
Sound like a real nigga to me. Sound like
I said, God is pleased with me whether you are or not. Are we attacking this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, then. Initial thoughts.
All right. Question is it right what the father did? What could he have done better?
I've got no issues with what the dad did. Because I was thinking about it the other day because I couldn't watch kids moving to my youth. You get me? But I would need to show so much restraint not to mash these little kids up. You know what I'm trying to say? And maybe if their parents was there, then I'll just mash the parents up. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, where's your dad? Actually, let me just take this. Let me be mindful and draw on the Lord, be guided, not mash these little kids up. Bring your dad here. I'm going to mash up your dad. So I understand that. The fact that he rushed him, it's like what you're saying. Life is not fair because it was his brothers and shit, his uncles. If it was my brother and he was going to mash up someone's dad for messing with my niece, I want in too. You know what I'm saying? I want in too. This ain't a teaching moment. This is a teaching moment. Like, it's not about, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm jumping in too. I want peace. Let's mash him up. The whole energy, everything what that dad done, I'm with it. You know what I'm trying to say? That I'm totally with it. And he made the little girl watch, so she's gonna learn today. I don't have no qualms with nothing he done. I'm not of the mindset of, we should have done it one-on-one or whatever. The more people, it was for effect, innit? That there was more of them. The beating was probably harsher. The lessons was gonna be heavier. You get what I'm trying to say? So I'm with it. Big up the pops. Big him up, man.
All right, fair. You said, which I stuck on, and then you continued talking, and I still stuck on this point. You said that there's a chance for you to beat up the child yourself.
If it was a one-on-one, then no, because he's got to learn. But if I saw my youth getting rushed, I'm mashing them kids up, probably.
I don't think it wasn't a rushing.
No, but I was just thinking about that because I was waiting to my train of thought what I was actually thinking before I even see this guy. Like, when you have thoughts or whatever, I'm thinking like, these are the kind of things that I would do. So him mashing up the parent is a better option than some of the things I would take.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on you saying there's a possibility of you mashing up the kid that's beating up your child. But your child lost. Why would you mash up the child? let's
Not after the fact. It's like during the fact. I'm not gonna come back and bring it back and then line up a fight and try and fight the kid. I'm saying if I was there and I watched my child being attacked or getting smothered, then I'm saying my initial response is
what
yeah, defense, isn't it?
to defend your child.
Yeah.
What does it look like though? I want to visualize it. All right, so you punch up the child.
What?
You punch up the child.
Probably or strangle. The hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing?
Because your son lost, he wasn't equipped. You didn't
Yeah,
teach him enough.
Maybe, yeah. If I watched it,
Fisticuffs.
yeah. If I saw it, I wouldn't go back after. If my son come to me talking about they beat him up or he lost a fight or whatever, I wouldn't do nothing to the child. I'll send him to go back and fight.
And I
if you
guess
don't go
this
back and fight, you ain't getting no dinner.
I guess this is where the story kind of develops, because in this scenario, that child had been bullied for a long period of time, and the father talked to the parents, and still his child was getting bullied by this particular. I'm
He
guessing
spoke
it's
to
a
the
girl.
parents and the child. He
Yeah,
spoke,
yeah,
he
yeah.
tried. He exhausted every.
Yeah,
You get what I'm trying to say? He tried to sort this out and he didn't listen. Like the dad ain't done nothing wrong here, in my books.
yeah,
He's like he said, he's wrote letters. He spoke
Yeah.
to the school. He's gone all down the proper official channels
Yeah.
to try and stop this happening.
Yeah.
And you in your household are still not raising this little demon right and not talking to them and telling them to leave my picnic alone.
yeah,
Somebody's got to face the consequences.
yeah.
That's facts.
I need to. I don't know. I don't know how to get into the spirit of being an advocate for the devil in this particular scenario.
He was doing the Lord's work. Don't do that, Brent.
I said I don't know how to
Oh.
get in the spirit
Of being the advocate
of
for the
being an
devil.
advocate for the devil. I don't know how to channel Emmanuel. I have no clue. Right? Where do I go with this?
Because you agree, innit?
I agree that he tried everything, and what was left for him was what they forced him.
Okay, so what about the fact that they rushed him then? Do you think there's anything that he should have just done it one-on-one?
Ideally, that would make sense, right? But when you have this incident that has affected the family, and those brothers could be close, do you understand? And that's your niece. Do you understand? If I hear that one of Stephen's children or Daryl's children is getting this down next, I want in too, right? When Daryl said that there was a dog that attacked his girls, I wanted that dog put down immediately.
Packed up.
Do you understand? I was vexed. So I can hear how an uncle could be like, "Oh, you're going now? I bet I'm there with you.
Lace my trainers up, innit?
I'm there with you," because I don't know what this guy looks like. In fact, I may know what this guy looks like. This guy may look like he needs a few people to rush him.
Okay, cool. We don't know what the guy looks like. If he didn't look like he needed him, if he looked like, if
No,
he looked like,
no. I think this is what I could do. What I could do is probably paint you a better picture.
Okay.
That's how I can basically serve this community well in this conversation.
Right, go on.
You saw that guy, right? Let me show you this guy again so you can see. He has
Y'all
some
keep asking why I didn't fight this man.
he has some
one-on-one,
body to him, right?
and why I got my brothers to
He's
jump him in
got
front
no
of
neck,
his 7-year-old.
you know.
daughter.
So it's
And the answer
you
is
punch
simple.
him.
Life is not fair.
could be a short
You get
king.
jumped by responsibilities every day.
Could be because he's got a lot of
Bullying is
tats,
not
right?
fair because you
There's
picking
no
on
space
somebody
between
that's
the roof and
essentially
the
a
car.
weaker
Does he
vessel
speak like a
and
short
that's
king?
smaller than you. So I wanted to make sure she saw what it looked like when a fight is not fair and you don't have no choice.
I don't know if he speaks like a short king.
He looks like he strikes me as someone that's short and stock, like one of them short and stocky man.
Fair.
But even so, low center of gravity, there's a lot of strength there. That's still,
Yeah.
you get me. It looks like he could do damage.
Yeah. So when he's spoken to this fella, that fella wasn't intimidated enough to basically to make amends, right? To adjust and do as he was suggested. So I'm thinking this fella has some form of weight to him. You know? I'm not talking about physical weight, but just stature.
Something there.
Do you understand?
That
Just
made him
enough
think, I
to
need
say,
more.
brothers, I beg you, come with me. So that's how I'm visualizing this particular scenario.
Makes sense.
So that answers your question. Is it fair?
It was justified. It's
I
deemed
believe
justified.
so. I believe that it makes sense for me to be given the opportunity to protect my niece
Okay,
from a
then.
stubborn man.
And to everybody that's saying, try and put your self in the shoes of people that are saying it's wrong and it's too much. Yeah.
I'm trying to.
What else was he supposed to do? Now, give me some
No,
other
he could have
scenarios.
done. He could have done one on one.
Okay,
Or
people that don't want to get
he could have
physical.
taken his child out to school.
Huh?
Yeah, he could discomforted himself.
That's not sending a good message.
This guy seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Him actually speaking to them several times. For me, he exhausted every single avenue.
He said letters. He put it in writing.
There was letters too.
That's what he said. Letters. He said letters.
Oh,
And
my goodness.
I'm just for the purpose of this. I'm saying they were handwritten.
And he's a well-spoken guy. The letter might have been very well written.
It was handwritten. It wasn't even on. And it wasn't even typed up.
Personal touch.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. There was nothing else left for him to do.
I don't know. Maybe someone has to call in and
They have to try because this is an open and shut case.
I don't know why it's still got today, to be honest. What was Gina going to say? Was she going to basically disagree?
Nah, Gina would rate that. That's Kelly's spirit.
100%.
She'd love that.
Yeah, she would have been there too.
Maybe she wanted to champion him. Maybe it was a moment for her
Maybe.
to just say, yeah, this is how
Maybe she wanted to say this type of manner I want.
I want. And I like.
Yeah.
I reckon that's what she was going for.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have been
Nope.
against that.
No
chance in hell.
No chance in hell.
Furthermore, for her to even suggest it as a topic of the day, I can't see anyone who would have been against it here. Maybe Esther, but nah, Esther's got enough Kelly in her spirit.
We might have somebody.
Caller.
Can you call back, please? I've now engaged the phone. Thank you.
Don't you ever preempt that just in case someone calls?
Yeah, sometimes I do, but sometimes I just can't because I'm talking to you. No one else in the room.
Sorry, man.
That's all right.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. It's Maggie.
Hi, Maggie.
Present the case, please.
I think what you maybe might be missing is the teaching kids that violence is the way to solve an issue, and maybe continuing the cycle of bullying. So that's I get the father tried to do everything they could to get the bullying sorted. I'm not saying that what he did was wrong. I'm just not sure if it will resolve the actual bullying issue.
Sometimes violence is the only way. You do know that, you know, God charged people to wipe people from lands. Like he's
In the Old Testament? Before Jesus?
Listen, don't matter what testament it was. It's there. It's written. It's there. Yeah.
It is written.
It is written. He told them, go, kill.
I don't know, because in terms of for the daughter, it may be a case that you're setting up your daughter again to be bullied further. So now the bully is going to come with backup and dump your daughter in school.
Well, you got to reinforce certain things. If you're going to teach your child algebra, you don't think they're just going to get it just in one sitting. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's constant reinforcing, constant teaching. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So this dad might have to get mashed up couple times.
This is crazy.
What? No.
But what's stopping bully dad from bringing his own people to now? Now we've got a war going on.
And to the winner goes the spoils. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The victor gets to write history. At the end of the day, for real, I hear what you're saying, but they got to stand on business. They started it, they got to finish it. Like, so it could escalate there, but they just have to make sure they win the war, and then the lesson will be learned. If they lose the war, then and the daughter's going to be getting mashed up. Okay, cool. So he's wrote letters. He's had sit downs with the parents. He's contacted the school. He's had a sit down with the parents and the teacher, and it looks like I said, he's exhausted all avenues here. What would you suggest then? Because since violence is not the key and it's learning behavior, let's go.
I think he went to the group jumping too quickly. That should have been an escalation process in itself. Like, it could have been a direct threat to the other parent. It could have been a one-on-one. Then you get to the group thing. Because where else can this go now?
Can you report it to the police? Is bullying something that they waste time on?
I don't.
I think
so.
if
it's like
if your
physical,
child is being physically abused, then definitely it's a police matter. Also, the school would be responsible as well.
You raised some fair points. Why did he talk to the head teacher or something?
he said he did. Oh, well, that's actually I don't know if he said he did, but he said he contacted. He said he spoke.
And why was she taking it out of class if it is she keeps on getting bullied?
Sorry,
not the victim, the bully.
Can you play that video again quickly, just so I can hear exactly what he said he done, please? Because I'm sure he went through all the proper channels. He handwritten a letter.
Boo, I'm sorry. I know that was probably a traumatizing experience for you, but we kept asking you to stop bullying my daughter and you wouldn't listen. We sent letters home. We even had a meeting with you and your parents and you wouldn't listen. So now you know your actions have consequences. And since you're too young to receive those consequences, you had to watch your daddy take those consequences. Get some therapy. You'll be all right. To the 7-year-old girl
I don't know
who
whether
had to
that
watch me and
meeting.
my brothers jump her dad.
I don't know whether that meeting was mediated by the school or not, but he had a meeting with the parents and the child and the bully in question. I'm saying like he tried, didn't it? Like he actually tried.
He went through the proper legal
Channels.
Yeah,
the proper procedures. Like he tried. He sat down, and at the end of the day, this dad.
I just.
No, please push back, Maggie. Please push back.
I'll have to be quick because I've actually got a meeting to go to. But I'm just saying, I think escalating straight to like jumping the parent was a quick progression. I think there was a few steps that were missed, and then also doing it in front of another child. I get teaching the bully a lesson, but they're still kids as well.
Okay, Maggie. So
I think he said the child was 7.
Let's role play here quickly. We're putting in a hypothetical. So channel your inner actor here quickly.
Yeah.
You've got a daughter, and your daughter is the said bullying case, and you do not like bullies. You was not raised like this. You probably got a history of being bullied in your past. You don't think this is nice. This is nasty work. You actually think your daughter's a horrible human being for doing this, and people have tried to speak to her. You've tried to speak to her, whatnot. After now, the kid who's being bullied, her mum and her sisters mash you up. Yeah, I'm talking mash you up proper, stomp your face out and everything. What are you saying to your daughter?
Well, first of all, I'm going to take it to the police. That's assault. And I'm sorry, I'll call the police. 999.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's because you want to get your lick back. But what message are you driving home to your daughter after that? I'm having my daughter up, definitely. There's going to be things taken away. She'll have to be punished. Allowance, grounded. Are you also trying to convey that under no certain terms can she do this again? Can she allow this to happen to you again? Like ever? Like forget these kids. If you love me.
But the thing is, one thing I would say is, if her seeing me getting beaten up by a group of people isn't enough for her to stop, then nothing I'm going to say to her is going to make her stop that I haven't said already.
You say she's uncontrollable.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, see, then you got to pack her up, ship her off, man. You got to send her to care.
No, I'm going to send her to Nigeria. Don't worry. She's going boarding school in Nigeria. So, yeah.
See, and that's even so. That's removing the problem. That's taking initiative and removing the problem. Packing her up.
That's me dealing with a problem. She's bullying her child. She won't listen. Let's take her out of the school and get some good discipline. But
and you might not have went that far as to take her out of the school and uproot her whole life if they didn't mash you up. So this is necessary.
That is true. But I'm just saying, I don't think me getting mashed up is gonna stop the bullying. It might actually escalate the bullying because now I've grounded her. She goes back to school with even more energy and vim for this girl that had her mother beaten up, and now she's gotten grounded.
I can see that.
I'm gonna go, but I'm just gonna say I don't think violence is always the answer.
All right, thank you for your contribution.
You're the best, Maggie.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, Ed, you can call up.
Violence is always the answer, man.
No, violence is not always the answer.
Okay.
Why was it that I had a mental block for a while until it is Maggie posed more options? What happened? What do you think happened to me?
You was in the right. Dude, why would your brain even go
I don't
there?
know, because calling the police is an option. I never thought it was because I didn't ever see police in school for like resulting
Morning,
of
guys.
bullying. Good morning.
It's Abby calling.
Hello, Abby.
Morning, Abby.
What are your
You
thoughts? We're blessed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, personally, actually, I've had issues with bullying when I was younger. And to be fair, I have siblings, so my siblings always said to me, like, if something does happen, you need to defend yourself and you need to know how to do it. So they've taught me how to defend myself. So I've always defended myself that way. But I do remember there was like one instance where I was like coming home and girls were like pulling my hair, and I ended up like coming home crying. And my sister came to school and spoke to the parents, sorted it out, and then I guess it was lucky that they did stop after that. But I've had other instances where it's been other people. And unfortunately, you do need to let people know what time it is. Actually, I agree with what Maggie was saying, because obviously sometimes you do need to deal with it in a different way if you are an adult, because I think also if you learn to only deal with punches, that can be a bit negative when growing up. But when you're a child and there's people bullying you and there's going to be different people, you do need to learn to defend yourself. And if I had kids, I would probably tell them to do the same, actually.
Would you get physical yourself if it was your kid that had to defend him? Would you punch up a parent?
You know what? I think it's difficult to say, because I think as an adult, you don't want to show yourself as someone being violent and someone kind of coming across in a certain way. But if it did need it to be done, I probably would. Like if it really came down to it, I would, because I think that nowadays, especially with bullying, it can lead to people committing suicide. Like you see in the news, kids do commit suicide because people have pushed them too far away. And it's like, where does it stop? The parents don't care. You've got to look after a child. That's the priority. So what else are you supposed to do?
I hear that, man. Sometimes they got to learn. Some people, they force your hand. They force your hand. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I think, especially, I think sometimes as well, being a woman, people will push you and try and see how far they can take it. But you do need to let them know exactly what time it is and where the line is. And if you cross it, that will be the repercussion. And like I said, when that's happened to me in the past, they've stopped after that. So
violence ain't always the answer, whatever. But I think that's a perfect train of thought. If you can't control your little mutts, I'm gonna mash you up. You know what I'm trying to say? So like this is like they can do whatever they want. Let them carry on doing whatever they want. You are gonna feel the repercussions of these actions, and I'm gonna force you to be better. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? And I'm with it, man. You can't push me off that.
I think my only issue is with the guy coming on social media saying it. It's like, you did what you did, but now you might go to prison. You might lose your job.
Yeah,
you might have a lot of repercussions for doing that as well. It's like, why would you come on social media telling everyone that you've committed an offense?
Yeah, that's true. I'll hear you on that one. Clout's killing our people though, man. But yeah.
So yeah, that was my take on it.
All right, thanks, Abby.
Amazing.
Man.
Thank you very much, Abby.
Appreciate you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Likewise.
Who was calling? Call back.
Yeah, Ed, call back. As she was talking, I think I pictured myself with children, right? And then I invoked all of the feelings and emotions wrapped around that particular truth. And my child could die. Might slip and bust his or her head on a stone off the back of that child continue to do something that wasn't stopped by the parent. And in my head, when I spoke to the parents, I would have made it very clear I've exhausted all avenues. And if that continues, that means you have no control over your child, or you willfully
Brent,
let it run.
I will speak for all the parents.
My child could die, you know.
That's what I'm saying. I'll speak for all the parents listening, all the parents in the chat, yeah, and I will tell you one of the most horriblest things, yeah, is seeing your child hurt.
Yeah.
You see, like seeing your child hurt themselves, especially when there's like physical, like optical representation of it. So they cut themselves, they got bruises. Even if it's self-inflicted and accidents, it is horrible. Like, it's sickening to your stomach. It's one of the worst things you can see. Seeing your kid hurt himself is so bad, bro. I can't explain how it feels. It's horrible. Knowing someone done this to them, oh my God. Listen.
Serious.
I don't understand the rage. You don't understand the kind of rage
I can't relate,
that could fuel in me that. And I haven't experienced that yet. And I think, like I said, I've just seen my kid doing strippiness, and it's not just my kid. I've seen my brother hurt himself and that. And when you see people you love in pain and think, it's not nice, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? If someone else done that, trust me, my rage will know no bounds. You get me? And anything I do will be justified in the eyes of the Lord.
The thing is, I mean, I guess this is depicted very, very clearly here. Depends on who the parent is and the character of the person. Because you're a violent man. You have been violent. It means not seeing you're a violent man. You have had a violent upbringing, right?
Had violent tendencies. I've got violent tendencies.
And that has served you well to an extent, right? That has scarred you, but it is who you are today, right?
Yeah.
And if the question is posed to you right now, you can only answer in a manner in which it is that you feel, right?
Yeah.
And that's why you're saying what you're saying. And I know that some people who aren't that way set up like you would be contesting it, and they will be incensed in hearing what you're saying, because what? How could you do that? Because they wouldn't move like that.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't, your feelings and emotions shouldn't be discredited.
No way.
Because you exist.
As you know what I'm trying to say. I'm a person. I'm a human being.
You're a human being.
And I hurt
That's why
too.
police are here. So when you do what you do, and they have to now come and, all right, we should have handled this, but you did what you did because you are you. We now have to warn you.
It's fact.
If you do this again, we'll lock you up.
But I don't mind that though.
Yeah.
I'm prepared to deal with the consequences of my actions,
Yeah.
just like you have to deal with the consequences
Of your actions.
of your youth's actions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say that.
Yeah.
I'm prepared to deal with the consequences of my actions. I will tell the judge why I did it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell the judge that 10 times out of 10,
Yeah.
this is what I'm going to do. So you do whatever you see fit here.
I have what the guy said as right. He said, the world isn't fair.
It's not.
That's what he said, right? And I live in a world where you exist. And you live in a world where I exist. So it's incumbent on me when you come to me and warn me and tell me, hey, I am Mashdong Margs. Ask about me. If your child touches my pickney again, I'm going to mash you up. It's incumbent on me now to believe you and act accordingly. But I failed my child. And now my child had to see me getting beat up by you and Mashdong.
Is that Ed?
Yo, what's up,
Good
man?
morning.
Well, go on, man.
Yeah, I'm good, guys. I'm good.
Talk to me.
But, I gotta say, I ain't heard everything you got done because the internet says a bit shaky, innit? But like the main thing of like what's it called, man? Just getting to quite a bit. Shit. Yeah, quite well. There we go. Nice, quite area. Yeah. So yeah, what I was saying was the thing of like him going on the internet first is like, I don't get why my man's on the internet shouting about this. Like, you're a big man. You got a freaking family to look after. You go on the internet shouting how you banged up the bully's parents dumb. Like, you're just asking for trouble there. So I can't rate that. I get the logic of what my man's done though. I'm not, I understand the whole thing of like, he's violated his kid. The youth's violated his kid. He's tried to have a conversation. Conversation it works. So he's just gone, all right, escalate. We're gonna bang him up. Fairs. But I think there's at least 1-2 steps before you get to I gotta mash you up person.
Well,
Like,
the steps of sitting down and talking and writing a letter and all that, because he took them. Oh, okay, cool. Tell me more steps that he didn't take.
well, yeah, I didn't hear everything. So I know he said that you had a meeting. I don't remember if there's anything else, but yeah. But if in the meeting was just him telling, yo, your kid's bullying my kid, can you make your kid stop? I think you gotta go a step above to be like, okay, if your kid's moving a certain way, then then there will be consequences on your end. Like you can't just be like, all right, well I told you your kid was bullying my kid, and now I'm just gonna beat you up because you didn't do nothing about it. Because there's more time parents ain't gonna fully take that thing anyway. Like more time if your kid don't portray that they're a mad, you do some crud, they're not gonna sit there and be like, oh hey, like oh, this is moving mad, let me freaking do this and the other. It's like, yo, you just be like, cool, whatever. I'll just have a quick word and they'll be done. It's like, if you don't fully take it in, it's like, yeah, like, you've got to make them know that this is a serious thing that has serious consequences. Not just, oh, I don't like you bullying, I don't like your kids teasing my kid. You know what I mean?
So you're saying you should have threatened him properly first before he done that?
Yeah, you got to make it clear how serious this is. Like, it can't just be like, yo, your kid's been mean to my kid. Can you handle that? Like, that's the first one. Yeah, definitely. Like, but beyond that, you can't be like, oh, hey, all right, yeah, your kid's been mean to my kid. Then next day, I'll come mash you up. Like, that's to me, that's you're jumping too quickly.
I hear that, but we don't know what the context of the meetings.
No, obviously, yeah, I know what the context of the meeting was. Yeah, I'm just saying, but I'm just going because he didn't say he made any threats. I'm just assuming he didn't make a threat. So yeah, obviously I think that's where you're taking too far. To go straight to jump. And he jumped him as well, not even like a one-on. Like, you got to me, that's a one-on-one. Unless my man's freaking, affiliated or something, and then you got to worry about his man them coming through.
No, but
that's different.
It's for effect. He wanted it to impact better. Like, it's like, I don't know whether we don't know whether he called his brothers or whether his brothers made the decision that we want in on this, we're getting in on this. You know what I'm trying to say? That, but it's more for effect, isn't it? Like, the one-on-one would have done it, but the battering, the rushing, it's really driving home the point. Like I hear it. I hear everything. I hear everything. Mash him up. Even if police get involved and they get in trouble, it doesn't even matter. Now you've gone down that line. You've got to stay consistent. If it don't work, and they continue to bully him, you got to mash him up again. Like.
But at what point do you go, all right, it's clearly not the parent? Because if I've mashed you up one time and then your youth still moving mad, I'm gonna guess you probably tried to tell your kid, don't let this happen to me again. So if your kid's really that much on badness that they're like, you got punched up, and they're still like, I'm on badness.
If the parent finds his way to my house and knocks on the door and says, look, brother, yeah, please don't mash me up. I'm trying everything. This baby is crazy. He or she won't listen to me. There's nothing I can do. I'm trying. So I'm going to say, all right, cool. Now we've got to start looking at avenues, isn't it? And just start looking at the care system and see if we can get your child taken away.
Gee, guys, straight to child services,
Well, they gotta go. Someone's gotta go. Like, someone's.
No, I hear. To be fair, depends the extent of the bullying. To me, I can't.
Because if this child is a demon, don't have no empathy, don't have no social behavior, and like you're taught, like they can see it's mashing. Your problems are bringing problems on the family home now. It's not just you; it's everybody, and you don't care. You're the problem. Like, you're a problem. We've got to get you.
No, yeah, facts. That's true.
We've got to get you to a psychiatrist. We've got to do everything we've got to do. We've got to fix you because you're mad. You're mad in your head, and you can't just be mad. Or maybe we're going to take you out as Gen Pop. We're going to send you to a special school that deals with people like you. You know what I'm trying to say? That might incentivize them to just leave them alone. Because obviously I'm going to take you away from all your friends. I'm going to go and put you in a special school, and yeah, or threaten to homeschool you, to take you away from the school. Like, you got to create some type of jeopardy for the youth.
Is that what if that's your picnic? That's your first. If somebody try to rush you for your picnic doing, your first thought is like, all right, you got to make the picnic know they got to get it together, or they're going like pro or whatever it is, or worse if they don't.
I can't be walking down the street getting mashed up for my youth. I'm telling them, listen, son. Because I'm not the type of man that just gets mashed up like that. So if that is what's happening, this is serious. You know what I'm trying to say? This is serious. What's going on here is above me. And listen, son, you have to stop this. Like, you have to stop this. One of us got to go, because these men are gonna kill me. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? these men are gonna kill me. If you care about me at all, you have to stop this behavior, and you have to stop what you're doing. And if you ain't gonna stop, I'm gonna stop you. I'm shipping you up. I'm packing you up. I'm packing you out of it. Get out of it. This is crazy. You're going to make these men kill me. I don't understand what we're going to do. And it's all because you want to be a little brat. Like, this ain't even about me being shook or anything like that. Like, this is just being about being reasonable and just being a human being. How the hell are you supposed to focus and function in society, if you can't even...
100.
If you can't even be normal? Like, how are you going to make me be getting mashed up like this just because you want to bully this little kid? Are you sick in your skull or something? I'll send you to care. I was saying to care. You gotta go.
Nah, fact. Nah, yeah. If you ain't got empathy, yeah, you gotta go. It's true.
And even if you're not gonna follow through, like them the kind of threats you gotta make. You've got to do something. The responsibility falls on you to get your child in line. That's facts. You get me? I don't know what measures you're gonna go to make it happen, but again, and if you're going through all this stuff and you're talking to your child clearly and concisely, and they still don't care, you got a little psychopath on your hands. It's not like you're not the problem. The other parents beating you up ain't the problem. The kid getting bullied is not the problem. It's your child.
100.
I was just telling him, man, you gotta get out of here, son, man. I'm gonna make a whole new baby, man. Like, I don't even know what I'll do in that situation. Because it's like you're banging your head against a brick wall, innit? Like, so. But again, if that's what's really got, if all that stuff in it did get that deep, now you've got to look in the mirror. Like, we've got to get, this is mental health and stuff like that. We've got a real problem to address. Like, we've got to fix this baby because he's a madman or a madwoman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell are we doing here? You don't agree, Brent?
Nah, yeah.
I reckon it would be unfair to beat up the guy if he has no control over that child. The fact that you beat him up means that you think that he has enough control and he's not actually enacting it. Do you understand? And it would be unfair to mash up the guy if he's one of them guys who would let his child call him by his first name and what would you like to basically do this summer? Let me know so I can take off time from work and discomfort myself to make you.
But that's after the fact, right? It would be unfair to mash him up again. If you mash him up and then realize this guy's
in my head, you've sat down with him and you're able to now see his temperament, his character, his disposition. You should gauge, he's a panty man. There's no way you can basically. He might even tell you, "Oh, we've tried, but we can't do anything." He might not even beat that child. That child may not know what discipline looks like. Do you understand? So I think it's unfair to beat that guy up if he's a victim himself.
That's true. Someone said I'm kidding me because I was one of the troubled youths. I've never been a bully in my life. I've never been a bully. Never. You get me? I stand up for bullies. I mean, I stand up for kids that get bullied. I don't like bullies. Why are you bullying people for? I tell you all the time, man. Spider-Man, bro. With great power comes great responsibility. You got to know where to wield it. But yeah, I would be no, but still, something's got to give, innit? Like something's got to give. So I understand you're saying,
that's what I'm saying. The threat's got to be there. No, that's what I'm saying. The threat got to be there because, like you said, that you don't know. Maybe that guy ain't got no control. Just literally that you is just a madness. But that's where the threat comes in of like, yo, this will happen if you don't get the you in check. Then we can go from there. I feel like then you tell me, yo, that this you, I can't keep this you in check. This you is a mad one. Then we go, yo, you need to go get that you some help. Like that's, you know what I mean. That's when you then go. That's when you then go. Yo, right, cool. It's not on you. The use on wherever. Get them help. Like get them to therapy. Get them to prove. Get them to wherever they need to get to get that out of their system.
All right. Thank you for your input, Ed. We've got another caller. We're gonna take it, Brent.
Thank you, Ed.
This guy.
Hello. Did that connect?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. You can hear me, yeah?
Yeah, who's speaking?
It's me, man.
What?
It's me, man.
Oh, is that E-Man?
Yeah. The original.
Sorry, that beep. I said the original. that beep was throwing me off. Sorry, man. Hey, talk to me, man.
What's going on, people, man?
What's your take on this?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. I don't see why some animal of a kid should be coming to school and bullying my child.
That makes no sense.
And the guy was reasonable. He sat down with the parents. He gave him a letter. Then afterwards, that kid is still running amok in the school. The only thing I would do different is that, because obviously I'll feel bad. Like, obviously, if anything happens to that kid. But I might go ahead and maybe talk to some of the older kids in the school and tell them to take care of it. I'll pay for their lunch money. I say, yo, I'll give you like £10 for the rest of the year every week. You know what I'm saying? Deal with that bully. You You know what I'm saying? And make sure that this situation is dealt with immediately. Because no one, you know what I'm saying? Because why? Why the hell should my kid be the victim?
Higher protection. You're creating jobs. You're creating an ecosystem.
This is
I
what I'm
like
saying.
that.
Hey,
Have a tough kid in the
economics,
school
man.
and put them under contract to protect and serve. I like that. That
This
could
is what
work.
I'm saying to you.
Okay,
It makes for a better society as well.
so if the shoes on the other foot and it's your child that's the bully, what are you doing?
Then that child I'll deal with severely at home. 100%. Why are you bullying other people's kids for? 100%. You no chance. You ain't going to school and bullying other people's kids. For what? I didn't raise you that way.
Yeah, no. Like I don't. What would be what? This might sound like a crazy question. It might sound like the answer's obvious. But what would be worse for you, knowing that your child's being bullied, or knowing that you raised a horrible, disgusting little bully as a baby?
Oh man, I mean, nothing's worse than the victim, though. I'll be honest with you, nothing's worse than the victim. But at the same time, I can't have a child that, you know what I'm saying, like that is just terrorizing people at school.
Like the victim can
Like,
change.
you know what I mean? Like,
the victim can get pushed to a point where they fight back and grow a backbone and go
Yeah.
to the gym and
that's
like,
true.
the victim can change it around. But if they got that nasty spirit, how do you take
No,
that?
you can humble a bully. You can humble a bully. You know what I'm saying? So in the same way, if that child feels like, wait a minute, at home I'm not seeing any of this stuff, right? But you feel like it's okay to be at school bullying little kids and stuff like this. No. Like, if anything, maybe I'm trying to put myself in a position where my child doesn't listen to me. That's impossible. But if that was the case, if that was the case, then I would do it that reverse way. I'll get an older kid to deal with my child, and so you can see how it feels.
Makes sense.
Because all of this talking to parents, right? Sometimes they don't care enough. You know what I'm saying? And the school don't care enough. And all the while that's happening, your child is suffering, or someone else's child is suffering. Unnecessary.
I like creating jobs in the school. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good way of thinking. You go and you find the top boys in the school and you pay them, you incentivize them to look after your youth. That's grown.
This is it. Because you know the thing is, and I think it was Abby that said it as well. Like, you have to remember that some of these kids feel so bad, right? They start thinking about suicide and stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Trigger warning, guys. Sorry, right? And you don't ever want to be in a situation where you're kind of enabling that sort of behavior, or, you know what I mean, just allowing your kid to be a victim. Firstly, obviously, your kid should be able to talk to you about it. That's number one. But number two, if you now face this decision and you're taking the proper routes as a grown up, you're saying, you know what, cool, son, daughter, this is not how you handle stuff. I'm going to talk to their parents, right? And the parent doesn't even give a damn. You sat down with them, you've given letters. I don't know what else you people want us to do. I really don't know. And maybe it's because people don't have kids as well. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand what Ed was saying, because you really don't want to put yourself in a position where obviously police come and deal with you and you're not even there to look after your family. But at some point, like, you have to act. And even if you have to be strategic about it, go to school, find a dad, right, at the school gate, provoke him. You know what I'm saying? Make it seem like it's not even related to the beef, right? And then obviously when you provoked him enough and he tries to swing for you, then you deal with him. And then it's a fair situation. No one's going to prison. And then obviously the bully's got a dad that got beat up.
Yeah, I heard that. Strategic. I just thought about the question that I asked you, and as much as I despise bullies, I think I'd prefer my son was the bully than getting bullied. They would kill me now that my youth's getting bullied. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I couldn't even understand the mindset, because I'd be like, where did I go wrong? Like, what the hell are we doing here? Like,
yeah.
Like, I understand why you ain't, like, you need to bite this kid's nose off. Like, how come I didn't teach you these techniques earlier? Gouge out his eyes, bite his nose off. You need to be feral in there. Like, you need to be moving mad. You cannot accept this kind of treatment. Like, you can't, son. Like, this is impossible. Yeah. Like, it's impossible. That will kill me at night. I'll lose sleep at night. You get me?
Yeah.
At least, like,
100%.
Him being a bully, I can come down hard on him and try and reprimand him or threaten him. Don't take him away, send him away. I don't know, there's things, because people can grow out of that stuff as well. But knowing that
Yeah.
he's just getting mashed up every day and just hating his life and all this kind of stuff, man. That's horrible, man.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. And you know, people in the chat are saying, "Oh, you know what? The bullying might be linked to something that's going on at home." Well, if you beat up the dad, then obviously you might have potentially beat up the bully's bully. You know what I'm saying? So you're doing a good service there as well.
That's true.
Because, you know, and either way, even if the kid is going through something, yeah, and I'm not trying to be, you know what I mean, like not show any sympathy or whatever, but that's not your problem. That's not your immediate problem anyway. Your immediate problem is to look after your child. And maybe it's only if parents get it or whatever, yeah, but you're a guardian to this child. Like every single thing that happens in the world that affects that child is your responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And to have your child go to school, you're sending them to school to go and learn, to you know what I mean? Like follow the steps to be a responsible citizen in the world. And you've got some animal coming around trying to make life difficult for them, but coming home and they're depressed. And you speak to the parent and the parent ain't doing nothing.
Yeah,
No, that's not acceptable.
Yeah, no, it's definitely crazy, man.
So, yeah, man. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I actually put like another video in the document for you lot to play here because just to see if some of the people might feel different about it. But obviously it's a YouTube clip, but you might not want to play it because obviously it might get flagged and whatnot. But it's basically of a kid doing like one boy beating up a girl at nursery. Like horrible. It's horrible. And I'm just thinking like, what will you guys do in a situation? But I guess it's kind of similar, isn't it? Like it's just with a visual as well, innit? But yeah, that's what I wanted to say pretty much. Sorry guys, man. Sorry I couldn't be in, man. Sorry this week has been a flop, man.
Sorry, man. I'm going away on Friday, man. Don't worry about it, man. Have you seen him look Brent Kimmy? Nah, be better, man. Be better. Who's this?
Hello.
Babes, you have 3 minutes.
Who's this?
Oh,
Stacey.
awkward.
Hey,
It's
Stace.
Stacey.
How are you?
How are y'all?
We are blessed and highly favored. How you been?
Good. I'm in the process of moving right now, but had to call in on this topic because I feel like it was a good one. I think Mark is right on this one. However, I think there's a lot of things that are kind of loose ends that needs to be addressed. Like there's so many failures happening to the kid who's being bullied. Like, first of all, in America, bullying is not something that's taken lightly. So why is the school mute on this? Like, I think the same way the parents should be directing their attention to that parent, especially given all of the just measures, I'm taking legal action against the school. Like, we don't play with liability, especially when it comes to things like bullying. And if that parent, the parent of the kid who got bullied, was to take legal action, the school has equal liability as people who have responsibility over these children during school hours. So I'm very confused as to the school's place in all of this. Also, to the point people were making in the chat earlier, like, what do you call it? You don't know what the child is going through. Bullies go through things. That's why they project on people's kids. To Imen's point, that's some bullshit. Like, at whose child's expense am I considering the fact that your child is going through something? Absolutely not mine. On top of that, anytime I've seen parents where there are issues in school and parents have to get involved, it's extremely obvious when that parent is not there. A parent who's disciplining their child, a parent who's intervening, trust me, they'll be vocal about it the moment that you bring anything about their child. There was a video that is actually circulating around TikTok right now about, it's a white lady, her son he hit a girl at school or got caught hitting girls at school, like physical, like hitting girls at school. And her tactic, which I think is so fucking funny, for punishing this boy was she was sitting outside on the street, busy street, and she made the boy carry a sign that said, "Honk at me. I was hitting girls in school. Honk at me if you think I'm wrong." And the amount of cars that were honking at this kid was so fucking funny. But he got the message. Like, you are responsible for teaching your kid a lesson. And if it means that I have to go to serious lengths with you as the adult, is it that my child should die? That I should now be saying, oh, I should have. Like, no. Like you said, like, kids are out here actually killing themselves, harming themselves. And as a parent, you don't want to sit there and say, I wish I would have.
people always wait until it's too late to start shoulda, coulda, woulda. You say you're going to do anything for your child, but the moment that you shouldn't do anything for your child, what were you doing? Well, I could. Well, your child is crying at home. So I think that parent who did go to those extreme lengths, could he have taken legal action? Yes. Could he have not beat the child's dad up? Yes. There's a lot of other avenues. I think it has to do with preference, but he did the right thing.
Would you
He went
put
the
hands on the
justified
parent?
way. Of course. I'm boxing parents, aunties, uncles, godmoms, goddads, all of them.
That's what we love.
Whoever's going to teach the child.
Whoever's going to teach the child the lesson quickest, isn't it? Is punch that up in it. Got to go to granny.
You got to do what you got to do. What you got to do.
I heard that. You ain't wrong. You are not wrong. Trust me.
And like I said, if it was clear that this parent was doing something, and in America again, if it's a psychological thing, public schools pay for that therapy. Like we have a whole separate program that kids go through while they are in school when they're displaying signs of certain things happening at home. So again, there's a lot of parties being silent here. The parent is completely justified for going the route that he went. If nothing is happening and this is persistent, I'll show you what persistent looks like.
Okay, then, and just quickly before you go, if it's your child that's doing the bullying and you can't get through to them even after someone's put hands on you, what do you do?
It's impossible. Beyond scared straight. When I was doing nonsense in school, my nonsense was light. My mom did wild shit like taking me to Skid Row, taking me to downtown Los Angeles and making me go and watch homeless people shoot heroin up their veins. This is what your life can be like if you keep acting a fool. Juvenile detention center run-throughs are a thing. Like there are so many different things that you can do to scare your child into understanding. And you shouldn't want to scare them, but if that's the length you have to go, you got to do what you got to do as a parent.
Yeah, at least you're trying. At least you're making.
Because at the end of the day, it boils down to you.
No, I hear it. No.
They didn't learn how to not do it. So you didn't do the prevention as a parent, so now you have to find the cure, is what I'm trying to say.
Nah, I'm with you, man. Appreciate that. I like that take, man. Thanks.
Yeah, all right, y'all.
Thanks for your input, Stacey.
Miss you. Thank you very much for calling in, Stacey.
Hope your move goes well.
All right. Bye. Thanks.
All right. Hey, you lot really answered the call, man. We appreciate that. We appreciate that a lot. That was a good topic. At the end of the day, what's the conclusion that we're coming to? Obviously, violence is not always the answer, but sometimes it's the only way. Are you happy with that sign off?
Yeah. Next week, no. Next week,
okay.
Next week, I think one day we should do a topic of the day where we talk about bullying and we say the main question is: would you rather be a bully or a victim?
Okay. Well, that's the easy answer for me.
For you, it is until it is I pose some
questions.
Some questions. Man.
Yeah, but I don't never want to be a victim. Trust me.
It's a great philosophical debate, you know.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you. I'll get some Peterson questions.
Yeah, but there's a food chain. If you maybe put me animal and you put me in the food chain, and I would never want to be at the bottom rung of it. Ever. You know what I'm saying? But I hear you. Yeah, we can get into that. We can look into that.
All right, results of the poll before we move on. Fighting another child's parent for bullying your child, is it okay? Yes, 65% say yes if all options are exhausted. 19% say not in front of the children. And 14% say no, teaching kids violence. As in no, because it's teaching kids violence. So essentially, all of them suggest that it should happen, but just not let the kids be ignorant about it, because you won't be teaching them violence if they can't see it.
That's true. That's true.
I see how the AI worded this one.
Not in front of the children.
And the previous poll, the question was not done properly. Who got more press? Like, people coming in after the fact wouldn't have a clue like what this is about, right? But even in saying that, hey, 59% say United.
Okay. Oh, it's close.
And yeah, it was very close.
And to be fair, Arsenal do get a lot of press. Let's have it right. But I just feel like it's not you reckon?
I believe they get more press on social media, because they know, those outlets know that they're going to get more clicks if you mention Arsenal because the fans are rabid.
If you take the fan base into consideration and people expressing their opinions and stuff like that, I feel like Arsenal have the biggest presence online. So maybe that's what you're speaking to. With
That is what I'm speaking to.
Yeah, they definitely. I reckon Arsenal have the biggest presence online, all in all, if you take it all in. But that's because your fan base is vocal, visible. You get me? Toxic. As far as the fan cam and the fan channels go, you've got the biggest one. It's the loudest voice. It's the most. There's not even another fan base that can even compete with your fan channels. If we're being honest. Like,
Can I ask a question though? Let's stop talking about that. Let's talk about the main two people that are normally on Sky Sports, the two darlings
who, Gary
of
and
football
Jamie?
commentary. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the last 2 years, who have they been talking about more?
United, man.
Serious?
I would think so, man. Everything that's been going on
No,
with the
what have you
Glazers.
seen? Don't say you think so. Like,
Talking about the Glazers, talking about the managerial changes, talking about the disappointment in the bad football, because the fall from grace in general.
can I ask a question though? What has been the biggest clickbaity narrative for the last 2 years? The biggest one that has caused everybody to be like, all right, let me jump in this conversation. What has it been? Last year, it was the whole bottling, right?
Okay.
That was the biggest thing ever.
Okay.
And this year, it was Gary Neville saying, nah, they're going to win it this time.
So then now when you bottle it, it's going to be thing again.
Yeah, and he realized, all right, maybe what I said was legit, because they've gone right down to the. And remember the running? It was Arsenal have the hardest games. I don't see Arsenal looking to stay the course. They're going to fall away. That, in my mind, maybe that's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because my echo chamber has been informed by that. Maybe that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. But I have been hearing the whole Ten Hag stuff, but I thought it was coming from me alone. Because you were trying to convince me he was the best thing. He was better than Arteta. He had achieved more this year. That's what I was hearing from you.
Okay, we're going to say this for reaction, but I'll give people credit where it's due. And I'll tear man down when it's due, you get me? And obviously, it's great. Like I said, people with hindsight always got the best vision in the room. It's easy. But when he was doing good, you've got to give him his flowers. Now he's doing bad. We'll talk about it. So let's just get into these other headlines.
All right. Remember? Pew, pew.
Let me say quick.
All right.
All right, so our next headlines reads, police watchdog clears South Wales officers following death of black man. Mohammed Hassan, 24-year-old black man, died after being detained overnight by South Wales police in January 2021. Despite allegations from his family and witnesses that he was beaten by police, an investigation found no evidence that officers caused or contributed to his death. The post-mortem examination revealed no physical injuries that could explain his death. The Independent Office of Police Conduct identified a lack of respect and care from some officers towards Mr. Hassan and suggested improvements in the management of vulnerable detainees and training for custody detention officers. Additionally, it was noted that broken CCTV equipment in the custody suite might have resulted in a loss of potential evidence. South Wales Police has reported that all recommended changes have been fully implemented. Next headline. Venezuela expands military presence at Guyana border in perpetual pre-war footing, says reports. So Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro signed into law the results of the referendum approving the annexation of the Essequibo region, which is currently controlled by Guyana. Guyana's government has condemned this action as an egregious violation of international law and insists it will not yield any land to Venezuela. The disputed region is rich in oil and minerals, and tensions have escalated since vast oil deposits were found near Guyana's coast in 2015. The matter is currently before the International Court of Justice, although Venezuela does not recognize the court's authority to rule on the issue. Guyana has put its defense forces on full alert, and neighboring Brazil has reinforced its military presence on the border with Guyana and Venezuela amid rising tensions. And our last headline from this section is about more than 500,000 Palestinians flee as Israel escalates Gaza attacks. Israel military operations have intensified in Gaza, leading to more than 500,000 Palestinians fleeing their homes. The UN reports that the escalation has displaced over 100,000 people in northern Gaza and around 450,000 in the southern city of Rafah. Israel's attacks have targeted areas such as the Nuseirat refugee camp in central Gaza, resulting in the deaths of at least 14 Palestinians, including children. The Qassam Brigade's Hamas armed wing claimed to have destroyed an Israeli troop carrier with a missile, causing casualties amongst the crew. The UN Secretary General expressed his concerns, stating that civilians must be respected and protected, and highlighted the appalling conditions in Rafah due to military activities. Now it's also time to pay those bills. Where do we go from here?
We can go on to the next headlines, the last headlines. And Lauren is going to call in. Lauren, you can call in now. And she's going to talk about... Sorry?
Sorry, go.
She's going to talk about her event. Here we go.
We spoke about this.
Loom presented by Isle of Live and ERNB. Yes, so she's going to call in and tell us all about it. Because it is the 21st of May. That should be next week, Tuesday, I believe.
Oh.
All right, then. Good morning.
Good morning, all. How are you?
We're blessed and highly favored. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you guys for giving me this small mix segment of time. So I've got a show next week, and it's an all R&B lineup, and it's a part of my nonprofit that I'm the managing director of. Support emerging Black musicians and artists. So we'd love you to all come down. Everyone in the community is more than welcome. We've got tickets up, but ticket codes are for half price tickets. And so you just got to put in the code PINK and you'll get them for £5. So yeah, the more the merrier.
Where is it?
It's going to be at the Lower Third, which is by Tottenham Court Road Station.
Lower Third. I know, that's next to Internet.
It's basically by the Outernet. Yeah, it's the downstairs of the Outernet.
Yeah, I know where that is. I don't finish recording until 8, so I could get there. It might be a bit late though. What time?
No problem. It starts to be fair, doors will be open pretty late. So the show starts really about 8 o'clock.
Okay, cool. I could probably get there maybe just before 9, maybe 8:45.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We've got 4 acts, so you can at least see some of it, and we have an open mic segment at the end as well, for people to jump on.
She's enticing you to jump on the mic, yeah.
Well, we have a rap one that's coming soon, actually. So if you want to come out of retirement once again, you're more than welcome to.
Don't worry, we'll promote that one too.
Thank you very much.
It's Lauren. We met last week, by the way. At the River Show. So it's me again.
Who?
I met you last week, actually, at the Vibber Show.
At who show?
At the Vibber Show.
Oh, the Vibber Show. Oh,
yeah.
I know who this is.
You realise now?
Yeah.
I have the business.
Yeah.
No.
Why don't you just start with that? What's wrong with you?
You know what? Because I wanted to talk about the show as the priority.
Okay, yeah, I know who it is. Okay, cool. I'll definitely come now. I was just saying that before, but I'll be back.
Oh, thank you guys. And thank you for always giving me some jokes in the morning. Much appreciated.
Appreciate you, man.
Love you. Later.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right, here is the link.
Yeah, I know Lauren, man. She's a lovely girl.
Beautiful. There's a link in the chat. Please click it. Use the code PINK to get half price off. Thank you. All right, last headlines, please.
Maggie said this sounds like a good place to meet some cocoa butter babes. Guys, don't delay. And I automatically thought of Dwayne. I was thinking, if we say his name one more time, we're gonna have to give this guy shares.
But Dwayne, if it is that you are listening right now, I beg you,
pull up, man.
Yeah. Make yourself readily available for that particular event.
Pull up. It would be cool to see some of the community members down there. If you ain't doing nothing on Tuesday, pull up, man. We have a nice night, R&B, vibes. Yeah, it'll be good. I'll definitely come. It's next week, right?
Yeah, Tuesday, I believe.
All right, cool.
21st. Let me just double check. Yep, next week Tuesday.
All right, cool. Look, 007, all I'm saying is you want to go down there. But should be working though, so I don't know. If that's going to work for you, but
Was she working last time when it is that she met you?
yeah.
All right, then.
But I knew her before that as well.
Oh.
That was the first time I met her in person. We had a Zoom meeting about something. But yeah, cool. All right, cool. Oh, great news in our last headlines of the day. American singer Stevie Wonder has been granted Ghanaian citizenship.
Whew.
It's a thing. Music legend Stevie Wonder has become a Ghanaian citizen, taking the oath of allegiance and receiving his certificate of citizenship at a ceremony in Ghana's Jubilee House. Wonder's decision to become a citizen of Ghana follows his announcement 3 years ago, citing a desire for a brighter future amidst political turmoil in the US. His passion for Ghana was evident in 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey, where he expressed his wish to see the nation smile again before relocating there. Born Steveland Hardaway Morris in Michigan, Wonder's musical genius emerged early and has become a musical pioneer. A video of the citizenship ceremony captures Wonder's emotional pride as he receives his Ghanaian passport, marking a significant new chapter in his life. Ghanaians warmly welcome the music legend into their society. In other news, OpenAI co-founder Aya Stutzkever departs. So OpenAI's co-founder Aya Stutzkever said on Tuesday he is leaving the ChatGPT maker. Sam Altman, CEO of the Microsoft-backed company, said Jacob Pakocki will be the company's new chief scientist. Pakocki has previously served as OpenAI's director of research and led the development of GPT-4 and OpenAI 5. OpenAI would not be what it is without him, Altman said, referring to Stutzkever. And our last headline for the day says Comcast to unveil Netflix, Apple TV Plus, Peacock streaming bundle. So Comcast is launching a new streaming bundle named Stream Server, which includes Peacock, Netflix, and Apple TV Plus. The bundle will be offered at a significantly reduced price compared to the current market rates and will be available to all Comcast broadband, TV, and mobile subscribers. This move comes as Comcast faces intense competition and aims to retain subscribers following a trend of bundling services to combat subscriber losses. Peacock reported 34 million subscribers at the end of the first quarter, in contrast to Netflix's 296.6 million and Disney Plus's 117.6 million, excluding Hotstar. Comcast previously launched a low-cost prepaid service plan called Now for broadband TV and mobile with flexible monthly options. It's time to pay more bills. And now let's get into the reaction. Okay, so we got 8 minutes before we got to get out of here. We're going to be totally honest. We've touched on it all throughout the show, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I want Arsenal to win the league, honestly. I'm guessing you could be proud of these achievements. I see Arteta talking about, like when they posed a question, do you think you've made progress? And I was like, progress?
It's history.
We made history.
It's bad, you know.
In my mind, for you not to make history, for you not to have the most wins you've ever had in a Premier League season with 27, which is outstanding, by the way, but still going down into the last game of the season, you are relying on your arch nemesis, your rivals, Tottenham, to handle your business for you and win the league, to give you opportunity to win the league, is kind of yucky, Brent. You don't think? Like, this is the best history. This is the best user I've ever done. And even with that being said, you got to rely on Tottenham. I suppose maybe it speaks to the greatness of Pep and City also. But that whole scenario there is yucky. I was watching it play out online yesterday, and Arsenal fans begging and hoping to Tottenham to save their dreams. Like that's nasty, right?
I don't know. I think it was just pantomime.
Okay.
Like, it's just all part of the package. Everything gamified, right? Everything is gamified. And that was the narrative at the time. Can Tottenham do it? Mama, you asked me, I had no expectation whatsoever.
That's true.
Even this whole stat that City has never won at Tottenham, that means nothing to me. it meant nothing to me. And so said, so done. So no, I just see it as people are just dealing with what's in front of them. And they hoped that Tottenham would do something. And Tottenham fans, well, some of them were like, no, we want to lose because we can't have Arsenal do this particular thing. And I understand that too.
I get the point that you're making. In any other season, you would have won and stuff like this, because obviously, like I said, just speaking to City's greatness and their dominance, 4 titles in a row, and obviously we're saying that they've won it. Yeah, anything can still happen on the last day of the season, but 4 titles in a row is mad. You know what I'm trying to say? But at what point do you apply the pressure to Arteta that you have to win something? He's won a FA Cup with Unai's team. Unai Emery, really, that should be his FA Cup. Really. Big up Unai as well, because he got Aston Villa to the Champions League. Big props. But. That was cold. But yeah, at what point do you apply pressure to Arteta and say, like, we're loving the progress, we're loving the state of the club, the football's beautiful, all of these things, but come on, Killy. Like, what are we doing here?
I only resonate with reasonable questions and takes on this particular issue.
That wasn't a reasonable question?
It wasn't. You
at
just
what point
said
do you,
just now.
At what point do you demand something from him? Hello, caller?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Brent. Everyone, how you doing?
We are blessed and highly favored. Hello, Eddie. How are you?
Good.
Is this the first time calling, isn't it, right?
Yes.
Are you putting on a voice? You sound like AI.
This is how I actually thought you would sound.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. How you type, this is how I actually thought you'd sound.
I see.
What's going on, man?
Not much.
How do you find the show? I see you always jump on a bit late, TJ. Like, how do you find the show? What do you think of the show?
I watch videos on YouTube. So I came across it one time.
I love this.
Want to expand more? Like,
no. That's all you need. He said he watched his video on YouTube and he came
across
it.
Not how he found it. I'm saying, how do you find it? Like, how do you enjoy watching it? Like, what do you think of it? Is what I meant. Sorry.
I think it's really awesome.
I think it's awesome too.
Show.
I think it's awesome too. So you're never going to ever leave us, right? You got to make that promise.
No. Yes, I'm staying with you 100%.
This is what I'm talking about. Eddie, I love the call. Thank you very much for calling in. You're the best. And I will see you in the chat.
You as well.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Bye.
Blessings, man. Eddie's the truth still.
The truth. Absolutely the truth. Love you, Eddie. All right, back in the car.
All right, cool.
Back in the car.
We've got 3 minutes.
Yeah, back in the car.
Come on.
So, only reasonable dialogue I can entertain, because you just done finished saying that City is perfect, right? So they're going to be perfect for as long as it is they have Pep there and they have that unlimited budget, right? And they're now building a consistency that everybody at the beginning of the season say it's City's again. That's how they're moving, right? And you're not going to see that change unless something changes. In that same breath, you then said, when am I now going to start getting onto Arteta?
It's been 6 years.
When am I now going to get onto Arteta? Let me finish. When am I now going to get onto him to dethrone Pep? Wait, man. I've told you.
Klopp's done it.
I've told you.
Klopp's done it. And
in him doing it, didn't you call him a fraud the other day?
Didn't
you just call him a fraud?
Not a fraud, but he's Liverpool. They're saying he's Liverpool's greatest manager, and all he did was win it once in 10 years. And
that's why I said
I could only
entertain intelligent discourse on this.
He's done it.
He did it. The thing that you're asking Arteta to do, and you're still calling him a fraud.
Well, that's irrelevant. I've won Liverpool. So Conte's won it in the Pep era. Has Conte not won it in the Pep era?
You are never going to get me to hate Arteta.
I don't want you to hate
You're
Arteta.
never going to get
I
me
do not want
to
you
close my
to hate
eyes to
Arteta.
the brilliance that Arteta
Okay,
is.
so-
And this is a man who's never coached anywhere before, you know.
Wait,
This is a man who's never coached anywhere. And you're seeing him going toe-to-toe with Pep.
Okay.
Pep, the greatest guy in your mind. And
Okay.
you're telling me I should get rid of him?
Okay, so
you're bonkers.
let me get a couple.
Because
let me get
when
a couple.
I start going on that narrative, you be like, all right, I want Arteta now. bring him to United.
Can I get a couple yes or no answers? Has Klopp won a league in the Pep era? This is yes or no as well.
I would say yes, but people discredit it because it was the COVID Cup.
COVID Cup. Okay, cool. Did Conte take a Chelsea team that finished, I don't know, 8th the year before and win a Premier League in the Pep era?
Yeah, but the Pep team was a bit different. There were chinks in that Pep.
But
you're asking me a question.
I asked for yes or no's initially.
If you want responses without nuance and context, fair enough. All right, yes, continue.
So the answer.
I'll continue being this yes or no guy for the entire thing, and then we will end and not have any conversation.
Now I want nuance after this. So initially, now you can nuance it with my next question. So initially, I asked for yes or no answers. Has Klopp won it in the Pep era? Yes. Has Conte won it in the Pep era with a Chelsea team that wasn't particularly good because they was bad before? The answer was yes. So why is it unfair to have these expectations on Arteta? What if he's so good? If he's a top manager, what are we doing here? That is a fair point to pose to him. Go.
Are the managers that you just mentioned better than Arteta?
I would say yes.
Are they more experienced than Arteta?
Yes.
This is Arteta's first job as a flipping manager. And you are holding him up to those two. And the thing is, the fact that you're holding him up to those two is credit to him. Look what he has done this year. Look what he did last year. Even though you called him bottling. Look what I believe he's going to do next year. And this is the spirit.
What's he going to do next year? Finish second?
No, I think we're going to win the league next year.
Oh, so it's next year then?
Yeah, I think we win 2 cups next year.
So why didn't you just say, when I say how long you got to say next year?
I believe, based on the trajectory, based on the pattern of play, I believe that we are going to win it next year. And I think we'll even get another cup.
Okay.
But even if it is that we don't, I'm not saying get rid of Arteta. Impossible. Sorry. I've watched every single one of our games this season. I watched every single one of our games last season. There is undeniable progress. I want this guy in for the next 10 years.
Okay. What do you mean Conte didn't? What, Conte didn't win the league in the Pep era? So who had? I'm sure he has. How long's Pep been there? Pep's been there ages, isn't it?
So Conte didn't win it?
Someone said...
You're the football man. You put fake stats to me?
I'm nearly sure he did. How long's Pep been there? We ain't got the time for me to type this.
No? You ain't got the time for you to use your phone wisely?
Good morning.
Morning.
Who's speaking, man?
Morning, it's PH from South London.
All right.
Was he so happy about your team losing last night?
I just want to say thank you to,
Thank you to
he
who, sorry?
saved me from having a terrible summer. Thank you to Pep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this summer was going to look terrible. There was no way Arsenal were going to have a parade. So, yeah.
So are you saying that when Akanji gave the ball away and Son was bearing down on goal, your heart was in your mouth?
No, I knew Son wasn't going to finish.
Oh, why do you think that? He would have finished that any other game.
It was written, man. It was written. Trust me, it was written.
Spurs fans celebrating that loss online is actually killing me. It's crazy. Did you see even Ange getting mad at the fans?
I can't even lie. Ange's pissing me off. See, Ange, the other week he was screaming, "Oh, why do you care about top 4? Red, tear." Now suddenly he's talking about the mentality of the club, the top 4, because we didn't get the top 4. He's crazy, man. But anyway.
Yeah, he said there's problems. He said there's mentality problems inside the club and outside the club. I think outside he was referring to the fans, to use lot, because this is not what he wants to see. He's a winner. He wants to win.
We'll go again next year. We'll see what happens. But listen, this is just a side track here. Me Marks, you used to do some episodes on X-Men 97, man, on Patreon or something.
I mean, I'll try, but I don't think Beanos or Loons has been watching X-Men 97. I need to find something to get my shit off. I need to gonna have to create a whole new show for that shit. I don't know.
You could tell people beforehand, and then you can let them jump on Discord and then call you, and then you can basically talk to them about it, as opposed to.
Are you gonna give me time to talk about it on this show?
What is X-Men 97? What is it?
It's a reboot. Well, not a reboot. It's a continuation of X-Men. So the X-Men cartoons finished in 1997. The original X-Men cartoons. They was great, and I think they stopped in 1997. And there's a new one picked up from where it left off from. It's continuing the story. So it's 1997. It's continuing the story. It is amazing.
Serious.
Yeah. If you're not X-Men,
Beautiful.
if you're not X-Men, you might not get it. Oh, the last episode nearly made me cry.
Serious.
I tweeted about it this morning, man. One of my worst fears. I watched one of my first worst fears come to life because we always knew it was possible.
Wolverine died.
Don't say that. But basically, yeah, I think so. He must be dead. He ripped his skeleton out of him.
Let me leave you lot to do your thing, though. I know you lot are trying to go, so. But yeah, unlucky Brett next year, isn't it?
Later. Thanks for calling in.
All right. Well, that's done, man. Man said he's got a loser's mentality. But just, it is watching the whole discourse between you and the Spurs fans was funny. Watch it all play out was funny.
Yeah, I can imagine. Can you imagine?
They've only gone and done it again, man. City are sick, man. West Ham, last day of the season, same scenario, 1995.
Football's football, right?
United,
football's football. Anything can happen.
Yeah, like I said, well, West Ham have spoiled a party before. I think with the same situation, was it when Blackburn won, maybe? Or something like that? I can't remember. But they've done it. I think so.
And we still have to beat Everton. It's not a given that we're going to beat Everton. It's not a given that Man City is going to beat West Ham.
I feel like after Everton's point deduction and then clawing their way back into it and then knowing that they're safe from relegation, them and I beat for already. You get me? What are they doing there? Where is it at Emirates as well? Come on, man. They don't need to go to blood, sweat, shed and tears, man. They want to come out of there injury free and go in their holes. So I think it'll be all right. I don't think you've shit the bed on the last day of the season. Like, even if City win and you don't win, there's nothing you can do about it. But you want to go out with the win. You don't want to lose and then City win. And do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, you want to go all the way to the end and say, look, we done our part. We played our part in this movie. We played our role. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I believe you'll do it, man.
Yep. I do think next season we are actually going to beat Man City, provided we basically make the recruitment that I think we're going to be making. I think that we are going to be squaring up against Man City and saying, as opposed to how we played this season, where we were defending, and then on the counter.
All right, man. That's the end of the show, man. I don't even got it done here, man. Let's wrap this up. Let's get into actual. Welcome to the end of another great show. Today was fun.
And I don't even want them to be pulled up on like charges or anything.
Who, City?
Yeah, I want to beat them when they are flexing whatever thing that they're flexing.
I want them to answer for their crimes. I mean, I watched Forest and Everton get points deducted during the season. It was nasty work. Lucky that they still stayed up. I want City to answer for their crimes. Eventually, they need to sort that out. You know what I'm saying?
Guarantee you, if they answer for the crimes, they get points deducted or get relegated, whatever it is, right? And we win, you're going to have something to say about that.
Oh, of course.
Good. All right.
Of course.
That's why. Like, I don't even want that to be a thing. I want to beat them in the same cheating spirit in which it is that they have been benefiting from for years.
Okay, well, that was the end of another great show. Thank you, lot. You lot helped calling in, taking part. It was very vital. You get me? We put the call out. What's this? Yeah, you put the call out and you lot answered. Sorry if I gave away any spoilers about X-Men. I don't know if we're going to find a space to talk about it and discuss it, but it is actually really good. If it's not your bag, then it's not your bag. But if you know, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we can do like a film little section because Gina has seen my Just Gene in it.
Yeah,
but she's been absconding from telling us what she's been watching. 100%. But
okay, so
it will be a spoiler session.
Yeah, it will be. So we'll let them know. We'll give them a heads up. I'm going to take over one of them seen by Just Genes, and
I'll do a card.
And I'll give you the gist on the X-Men stuff, man. But yeah, man, that was it, man. That was a great show. Have I done a one-man show before?
Yes.
I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like how you keep saying a one-man show like I'm not here. But I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. It's just main character energy type of thing, man. Fair enough.
You know what I mean? I said it yesterday to Esther when I said I saw that she was by herself. Because at the end of the day, you're not on camera, bro. Like, and obviously you're part of it. You are vital to what we do here, and
Thanks.
and you contribute.
Thanks.
But it's just me here, baby.
See you all tomorrow.
See you later, man.
It'll be Mags' last day.
Oh yeah, I'll be gone. But follow me on Instagram because my story, and I know I always say this, and I never deliver. Yeah, but you see, this time I'm gonna try and live in the spirit of inclusivity, and I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right. Make sure you tune in tomorrow because it's my last day. Peace out.